I think we good. I think we good. Let's bring this in right. Let's bring this in right. Hold on. Why is it not doing? Oh, that's on me. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all already know what's good, y'all. What's good, y'all. What's good, y'all. What's great. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild. I'm joined with my co-host, my brother from another mother, blood closer, one of the best photographers in the world. My brother Santana, say something to the people.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? Y'all already know. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad y'all here with us tonight. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but you decided to tune in on our live, and we appreciate that as always. You know what I'm saying? We got a live packed show, and we just gonna get right to it. You know what I'm saying? What's that? What we getting into right now? So what's the popular opinions right now? Popular opinions. Let's do it.
We getting into a. So y'all already know the tech is brought to you by OUV Records. Go on Instagram right now at OUV Records, where the label motto create, document, and inspire. So make sure y'all stay the latest music and merchandise. All right, y'all. First question of the night, a popular opinion. Again, this is the world's question, not ours, but stick to the answers in the chat. Also, shout out to a couple of our day ones that are already in the building. Shout out to Winter Breeze. Shout out to Rob Jack already in the building. Some of our day ones and badge. Make sure you tap in to get your badge memberships for the channel. Different memberships, different access. Make sure you tap into your badges. All right, y'all. First question of the night. Most funny movie quote on this list. Most funny movie quote on this list. Number one, you let Terry bone. I know I look better. Number two, and that's from the wood. Number two, yeah, we represent the same smart tech, 40-year-old virgin. Number three, SOF capital T soft from life. Those are the three.
Only three?
Only three tonight.
Nah, give me 40-year-old virgin, son.
40-year-old virgin.
Nah,
Why
that scene is just too real, son. Any employee that work retail is gonna understand that scene right there. But then the whole movie itself that's a whole nother topic. But that scene within itself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With Kevin Hart is just a classic scene. So I'm going with 40-year-old virgin.
Any other scenes from 40-year-old virgin that stick out to you though?
Oh, when they went to the fucking the speed dating contest,
Uh-huh.
or when the shorty told Buddy like, "Yo, you could come to my room. I'll leave the door unlocked, right?" And the black dude was like, "Yo, I got a shorty key because I smashed a couple of months ago. I never gave her back the key." But he's like, "Yo, you can't mess with her, son. That's too much for you, son. You gotta run through like 40 of them hood rats before you even mess with that upper echelon type. You know what I'm saying?"
She on a whole nother level type of hood ratness. You know what I'm saying? That's different here. Like he was trying to tell him, his boy Kyle was trying to tell him that's a different tier of hoenism right there. You know what I'm saying?
You're not ready for that, son.
You know what I mean? All right. So my brother chose. We represent the same smart tech. In a way, they said it makes you want to fall out every single time. I mean, that's absolute funny. Kevin Hart. That's probably one of Kevin Hart's funniest scenes ever in his career. Not to diss, but that's how great that scene is, right? So I'm not saying it as a diss, I'm saying it as a compliment. Um, for me though, I every time I see it, bro, it's not as big pause as uh, you know, we represent the same smart tech, but the way he said it every single time in the movie The Wood, Gets me every single time. He's on the bed with the girl. He was like, "Man, why you fronting? You let that nigga Terry bone. I know I look better than that nigga." So like every single time, he was so sincere when he was trying to get the yammies. He was a young boy trying to get the yammies. The way he said with mad vigor, like, and you felt his like the average normal everyday kid was trying to get to some drawers noise. Like, yo, you front on me? You let that dude hit. Like, what you talking about? So for me, you let Terry bone. I know I look better than that. My brother chose. We represent the same smart tech. In the chat, they also went with the wood as well. Pause. Uh, the rest of the world at 41% went with we represent the same smart tech. What do you think about that?
It's too funny, son. If y'all ain't see it in the chat, y'all missing out because that scene is just too. It's just too much, son. When I say it's just too much going on, that shit is just such a pivotal and classic scene. Like I can't believe they even did that shit, son.
honestly, honestly, you may not,
That gotta be some ad lib shit. Ain't no
I,
way somebody wrote that shit down, son. You're not
bro.
that lit. You're not that guy. You're not that guy.
Bro, I kid you not. I was just about to say that. That's why I said you probably won't agree with me. I felt like that scene was all additive. I was dead about to say that, bro. That's wow. That's wow. I really thought that. Like I really do think that. That's wow. Great list of movies, by the way. If y'all never seen the movie The Wood, 40-Year-Old Virgin, or Life, y'all missing out on treats. I'll tell you that much to get your laughing bone up. All right, moving on to our next popular opinion question. Best NFL uniform on this list. Best NFL uniform on this list. And they preface this by saying best uniform on this list. Number one, Pittsburgh Steelers. Number two, Dallas Cowboys. Number three, Green Bay Packers. Number four, Los Angeles Chargers. Shout out to the bro Bigs in the building. Shout out.
Mm,
It's a tough lit. Like it's some litty uniforms in the NFL. I'm gonna keep it a bean. It's some litty in the uniforms.
yeah,
And
but none of them teams we just mentioned on this list is that Packers. The Packers ain't got no lit unis. Like, nah, son.
you don't think that their unis is lit?
Hell no, son.
It's just fire, bro.
Nah.
That bro, we used to play in them colors.
Nah. We have to play in them colors. We have no choice. I ain't want no green and white.
We played the green, white, and the butter yellow. You know what I'm
That shit was not saucy, son. I would off this list, none of them is saucy, but off this list, I'm gonna go with the Chargers because when my man LaDainian Tomlinson had the Black Lightning, it just made the shit lit with the black visor and shit. Like that shit was hard. That's when it was hard to me. The Chargers. Other than that, nah,
Nah.
nah.
I mean, me personally, you went with the Chargers. I went with. I think the Dallas Cowboys had the sauciest uniform on this. Even from back in the day, like when Michael Irvin, and something about when Prime went to the Dallas Cowboys and he had his uniform all fresh with the new Dion sneakers to match. He just made that uniform look so crazy, bro. The joint just looked fire on a whole nother level, bro. Perfectly tilt cuff shoulder pad the shoulder pad joint, like the sleeve. Then his pants was always perfectly cuffed. Like I could never get pants like that. It was like they was custom made to the cuff. Like so me, Dallas Cowboys, that particular blue with the hard blue, pause, that's sauce. I'm not gonna hold you. So my pick is Dallas Cowboys. You went with the Los Angeles Chargers at 39%. The rest of the world went with Pittsburgh Steelers. What do you think about that?
I thought they was gonna say Dallas, son. Real talk. I thought they was gonna at least say Dallas.
Really?
Yeah.
All
The
right.
Steelers? Nah.
Pittsburgh joints is hard though.
It's regular. It's
Ah,
regular. It's very, very regular, son. Very regular. That's why I thought the Dallas would have got it more because
okay.
Dallas, they colors scheme has been the same the whole time.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
hot. It's
Mm-hmm.
hot. But the
Mm-hmm.
Steelers, nah,
You ain't jacking it.
I ain't jacking it.
All right. All
The
right.
world is jacking it, so that's they choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. Hollywood need to ask us. We came up with this segment because there's a lot of movies that Hollywood giving us that we didn't ask for. We got better ideas, so that's what we get. Hollywood need to ask us. You want to start this one off?
Nah, you can start it off.
All right. So Hollywood need to ask us. All these people are still here, except for one person. He passed away back in the 90s. But everybody else is here. Every single person. This movie, I want to see a part two to finally. This movie has one of the one of the best villains that that you can name around. You had one of the best leading males around with the comedy and action, and you had one of the most finest women around, and then you had one of the, I would say, quirky, funny, sassy. I don't know if it will work today with the sassy, but because of the chemistry between her and the main actor, it will still work. So I want to see finally a part two to a low down, dirty shame.
Hmm.
What do you think about that?
Damn. A part two's a low down dirty shame.
Because you
I
got to,
got nice, man. If Keenan, he gotta be, you know what I'm saying? He gotta be on all in the joint. You know what I'm saying? All in the mix. Everybody got that was in the original gotta be all in the mix. And shit, green light that shit. I think he could come up with a fire ass storyline to make a part two. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Continuation of this shit. Why not, son? We only got one movie that shit was hard, son.
classic, classic, classic movie, bro. So when you have Sally Richardson, you have Jada Pickett, you have Charles Dutton. He died. I think Charles did die. I think he did die. I think Sally Richardson shot him. She was trying to give him some buns, and and you know what I'm saying. He didn't want to get the buns. He was like, "You poison," and she popped him. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "You stupid mother. You could have had some bunions." You know what I'm saying? So Charles Dutton's body, Mendoza's body, but you could still do it. If you could come out with a Bad Boys, even though Bad Boys is not necessarily low down dirty shame, but it's in that elk though. It's funny, it's action, it's yeah, funny, it's comedy and action. It's character driven, low down dirty shame, and it's very beloved. It's very beloved, very beloved. But the characters that would be able to come back will still be Sally Richardson, Jada Pinkett. You still be able to introduce new characters, kind of like tweeners. You could still bring back the cops that worked at the station. You could bring back Chris Spencer with low down dirty hooked up Chris Spencer with the girl in the wheelchair, and he was like, he was like, did it? He was like, yo, what kind of question? Oh, you did. It was good too, right? Like you tore it up, did you? Like, you know what I'm saying? So Benny hitting in a wheelchair, you know what I'm saying? And he a cop, top cops hitting wheelchairs. That's wild. Like, you know what I'm saying? Run it up and bring that back. Let's bring back another low down dirty thing.
Yeah, that shit sound fire. I think I definitely want to see some. I definitely want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Low down dirty shame. The first one was always going for sure. Gonna be one of my favorite classics. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. Still to this day. Still to this fire movie. Fire movie.
All right, for me, I think I don't know if I want it to be a movie or a series, but Samuel L. Jackson came out with a movie called The Hitman's. I think it's The Hitman's Bodyguard, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I want a movie about the drug dealer's hitman. I
Mm.
want a movie or a series about during the era of the drug era, the 80s, the late 70s, early 80s, 90s, all the drug kingpins, this, that, and the third. But I want to know about the hitmen that they hired to do some wet work for them. So
Mm-hmm.
there is some famous hitmen that we know about in stories of old. So I definitely would want to see an anthology series about drug dealers, hitmen, like the hits, the people that hired them, the hits that they documented on doing. You know what I'm saying? Because the majority of them dead or gone or in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's already documented. So I would definitely would love to see anthology series showcasing the drug dealers hitman. You know what I'm saying? All the hitmen, all the wet work they was doing, especially the one I'm really interested in seeing. I think Nate Boone. I can't remember his last name. He done did a bunch of interviews on YouTube years about, you know what I'm saying, his dealings in during the 80s and with Maserati Fox, and then when the before Big Meech and them was out, they was called the I think they was called the YMB Incorporated or something like that. But it was a bunch of drug crews that was going around that time, and he was a prolific hitman. So I would definitely want to see a series about him for sure, and a bunch of others that we may not know about.
Fire, fire. They need to greenlit that and get this popping. Make these movies stuff that we want to watch. All right, moving on to our next segment. And again, y'all don't forget to tap into the membership portion of this page. Different memberships have different access. So y'all tap in, get your membership. You'll get a cool badge that comes with it, and you get all time live access. So make sure y'all tap in. All right, moving on to our next segment, our must see segment. Must see movies, must see music, must see or classic TV shows. You want to start this off?
So, Chad, you know how I always do. I always have a theme. So, this episode is nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should already be in tune. So, this theme of my movies for this week is top movies about cloning. So, maybe people may feel a certain type of way about this topic, this, that, and the third. But these particular movies might make you think otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So, first movie on the list is called Gemini Man. Came out in 2019. Stars Will Smith, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Clive Owen, Benedict Wong, Diego Adone, Ralph Brown, Lunda Edmond, David Benoit, Douglas Hodge, Lila Banek, Justin James Boykin, and E.J. Bonilla. About a pretty much old hitman who's probably past his prime, and he does a job, and on this job he gets attacked, and he has to figure out who is attacking him. And you gotta see this movie, so it's fire. They played the shit, but it's Will Smith, you know what I'm saying? It's our legend, so you gotta, you know what I'm saying, represent. So it's a dope movie, so check it out. It's called Gemini Man. Next on this list is called Oblivion. Came out in 2013. Stars Tom Cruise, Olga Kurlenko, Andrea Roseborough, Morgan Freeman, Nikolai Coster, Melissa Leo, Zoe Bell, Catherine Kim Poo, Jeremy Sandy, and Jason Stanley. It's about a post-apocalyptic world where the Earth has been ravaged by a attack from an alien world, and they're now stationed off planet. And we have this crew by Tom Cruise who's doing a cleanup, and he gets curious and he ventures off the path. And you got to watch the rest of the movie to find out what's going on. It's a fire movie. Tom Cruise, you know what I'm saying? He always delivers. You know what I'm saying? And last movie on the list is my favorite movie of all time about cloning. It's called The Island. Came out in 2005. Stars Scarlett Johansson, Ewan McGregor, Steve Buscemi, Sean Bean, Michael Clark Duncan, Jimson Honso, Shawnee Smith, Noah Tishbay, Byron Stephen Peck, Ethan Phillips, Troy Blendow, and Sabine Flynn. Fire movie right here is about these two characters who basically live in this dome, and they get selected to now get moved to another facility, or so they think. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch this movie. It's a dope movie, and the way that they display it is just, if you didn't see The Island, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? So the top movies about cloning are Oblivion, Gemini Man, and The Island.
Dope. Make sure y'all tap into those movies. It's Thursday night. Y'all feeling right. Start your weekend off great. Tap into those movies. Dope movies, bro. So my movies, y'all. I'm not like my bro. I don't keep a theme with the movies, but I feel like the same movies that y'all have for, and tonight is no different. All right, and it's so weird. Like I've seen a lot of these movies, like for me, 100 times. And when I mention these movies, y'all like I've never heard of these movies. Y'all be like, where do you pull these movies from? And it's like, yo, I feel like a lot of movies I'm talking about is common, but I guess it's not. Number one on the list tonight came out in 1996, directed by James Foley. This stars Mark Wahlberg, Reese Witherspoon, William Peterson, Alyssa Milano, and Amy Brunnerman. It's a fire cast movie, especially in the 90s. That's upper echelon type tier type of cast. And it's like a young, mature cast as well, to a mix of both. This movie is called Fear. This movie is about a young lady who meets a grown man. This young lady is probably like a high schooler, maybe like 16, 17, and she meets a man that's probably 25, 20 at a club. Of course, they started getting it shaky, and you have to see the rest of the movie. I won't ruin it for y'all, so make sure y'all tap into the movie called Fear. My second must-see movie came out in 2005, directed by Jamie Colette Seri. The cast is Elisa Colbert, Chad Street, Jared Palika, John Abrams, and Brian Van Hoyt. This movie is called House of Wax. Fire movie, y'all. Fire. A horror movie. This is about some friends trying to get together to go to a football game. Of course, the typical trope, car breaks down. They have to stop in the local community, and you have to see the rest of the movie. I won't ruin it for you. Make sure you tap into The House of Wax. My third must-see movie came out in 2008, directed by Tim Disney. This stars Nicole Bashir, Tim B. Nelson, Bill Patton, Charles S. Sutton, and Alfie Woodard. This movie is called American Violet. This is a movie about a young lady who gets caught up in a drug suite, and all she got to do is go home and plead guilty. And you have to see the rest of the movie. I won't ruin it for you, so make sure you tap to see American Violet. In my three movies, American Violet, House of Wax, and Fear. So make sure y'all tap movies. Any of those stand out to you, bro?
What was American Violet again?
American Violet is with the young girl that got caught up in the drug suite, and her people's like, "Yo, you could go home tomorrow. All you gotta do is plead guilty." This came out in 2008.
American, that should sound. It sounds familiar. I
Yeah,
just can't.
yeah, it's a fire movie. It's a fire movie. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. Moving on to our must hear artist. So I keep a theme now for the artist portion because I like it like that. This particular for this particular episode, this is rap. The Biggie Smalls. This is the Notorious B.I.G. For those of y'all that's not the music like that, I don't know how, but okay. These are three must have your playlist for rap or for just Biggie by it. Number one, Unbelievable. Number two, Kick in the Door. Number 3, warning. So make sure y'all add those 3 songs to your Biggie Smalls or your hip hop list. And that's warning, kick in the door, and unbelievable. So make sure y'all tap in the notorious. Moving on to our classic shows or must see shows. You want to start this one off?
Classic show y'all definitely want to see, especially in the time frame we going in. It's called Mad Men. Came out in 2007. It has 7 seasons. It stars John Hamm, um, Moss Vincent, Catherine January, Catherzizer January, excuse me, Hendrik Brian Batt, Gladys Aaron, Stanton Richard Somer, Maggie Jared Harris, Kieran Shipka, Jessica Pierce, not Pierce, Jessica Pare, Christopher Stanley, J.R. Ferguson, Kevin Ron Ben, and Feldman Mason Vale. Mad Men is basically about an ad agency from the 60s all the way into the 80s, and it follows this ad agency and this um, top seller named John, the character, but the actor is John Hamm. He's the main character, and it basically just showcases how these people came up with propaganda to get people to buy things. You know what I'm saying? So this is at towards the end of the World War II and going into the Cold War. So these agencies were finding ways to sell products. So a huge one was convincing people to smoke cigarettes. So how they did it was they had photographers take photos of beautiful women smoking cigarettes, and they put it into their minds that anybody can smoke cigarettes, and that's how they started doing it. So a good book to read while watching Mad Men is Propaganda, and it's by the father of all propaganda, Edward Bernays. And he's the reason why people think eggs and bacon and bread and butter is a part of your complete breakfast. You know what I'm saying? It's all propaganda. So good show to watch. It's on AMC. Again, it has 7 seasons. It's not no action. It's all dialogue. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to sit and listen to what they're saying and pick up to the uh to how they're showcasing how our society is today. You know what I'm saying? They're showing you how these certain when they're going to these boardrooms and they're doing these deals with these huge corporations, you know what I'm saying? They locking in these deals with these corporations and networks to put their commercial on these corporations. I mean, on these networks. This is why we have these commercials today because of what this show showcases how they were doing it back in the 60s. So it's a fire show. Definitely tap into that.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all tap in, y'all. All right, I feel like this is more of a must see show, classic show. Even though it has some seasons, but to me it was a dope show. Y'all got to check. It's called Without a Trace. It was on from 2002 to 2009. It stars Anthony Palega, Poppy Montgomery, and Enrique. The series about FBI agent or special FBI agent, uh, and like a missing person unit, and they find missing people, with all types of different with like psychology profiling, so psychological profiling. So it's really really dope, very interesting. So make sure y'all tap it without race. All right, come on for
Definitely gotta smell good. If you feel good, you look good, you feel good, you're gonna do good. So the fragrance you need to cop this week is Givenchy, and the scent is called Pie. Come on, it's Givenchy. It's a top brand. You already know what you're gonna get with that. Fire scent, though. By the way, this is a very nice scent. I like it myself. So definitely cop you a bottle of Givenchy. The fragrance is called Pie.
imagine telling a woman like, yo, you want some pie? And she'd be like, what pie? Like, and you just pull out the You know what I'm saying? That'll be a litty kind of commercial though. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? Sign me up, coach. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that role. I want that role for the commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up. Be chilling there in the kitchen. You want the pie? Like, and I just hit it with the. She come up, smell the neck or whatever. Have her under the tuck at that. You know what I'm saying? So sign me up. Put me down for that commercial. That would be absolutely dope. All right, moving on to our next segment, y'all. You already know what time it is. It's time to rap. This is brought to you by Button Snap, where you get classic movies, shows, documentary, and original content for your budget of $4.99. Again, Button Snaps. All right, first hot topic of the night. Rest in peace to the legendary Quincy Jones. He behind $500 million fortune, which he has left all seven kids $71 million apiece. What do you think about that?
That's, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's something I want to leave for my grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? That's something to definitely like move on to the next life, knowing like, yo, all my kids is straight. If you blow 71 mil, I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? But that's an amazing feat within itself to just it just showcases the power that man had, and then all off music, composing, being the lit man that he was, and situate his whole family that way. So I can't be
Mhm.
mad at that. You know what I'm saying?
71 million is going for me. That would buy a whole lot of alkaline water, a whole lot of fish sandwiches, gelatos. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, real talk, real talk. After a certain amount of money, how much is ever too much, bro?
Now it's just you just situating for the next for your kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm pretty sure he had a blueprint for them to put their money in certain, you know what I'm saying, investments and certain financial instruments to make the money grow. So I'm pretty sure their kids is gonna be good. So that's an amazing thing to just from one person gaining all that wealth from music. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we also got to remember well, it was the all of his music based off the foundation of music, but people forget he owned a magazine for a while, or ran the magazine for a long time with Five, Steve. Um, so he's dabbled in that. You know what I'm saying? But that's still a lot of that's a lot of shmonyan right there. A lot of shmonyan. But again, $71 million a piece is like, yo. So at the end of the day, I'm happy that his kids got the money, of course, or his money, whatever. I'm happy the fact that they got their money. That's forever money. That's supposed to be able to situate not just their kids, like the generation at its finest. None of the siblings should be hitting up another sibling like, yo, I ran. Can you spot me a couple mil?
Everybody gonna be inviting everybody to their house for Thanksgiving. Now come to my crib for Thanksgiving. Now come to my crib for Thanksgiving.
I mean, with that type of money, if they, but I don't need 71 million. Let's take 25 million a piece and put it into something that's going to make billions. So if you got seven kids, 25 million apiece, then that's a lot of leeway for y'all to make a real footway into some other wealth changing type of position. Because now you got 21 million left. So, like, how much do you really need for real to
I hope
progress?
I hope they have whatever music and stuff that their father owned, and I hope they have controlling ownership of all his work. You know what I'm saying? Because on top of the 71 million, you know what I'm saying? All stuff Quincy Jones put his name on, got his accolade, his power, his essence, his soul on it. they getting some bread off that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's forever money. So that's beautiful to see. That's something great for us to um have to now go into 2025 with, for me, with a crazy mindset of now knowing what can be done. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, bro, what would how would you react if you seen your name on $1 million check
On a what?
on a $71 million check? How would you even like?
I don't even know how to really act for real. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to would be able to process that. Because one, first of all, to be in a position to now say, I never have to worry again. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to say that and then know it for sure, you know for a fact. Nah, you know what I'm saying? They ain't never going back. You know what I'm saying? So
I'll tell you this much: it's way more scarier when you have money opposed to when you don't have money. When you don't have money, you have money. But now when you have money, it's like it's a different type of worry. So you have to do things to make sure that people don't want to take it or try to take advantage and this, that, and the third. But me personally, if I got a $1 million check, I'm just sitting there just like, yo, like it's about to get crazy. I'm gonna tell you that much. But and when I mean crazy, y'all, I'm not the type of person that goes out and no. When I mean crazy, I'm gonna be able to do everything that I always wanted to do to 100 power. Like I've always been able to do everything that I wanted to do, honestly. But I will be able to play in a league that's just a whole nother level. And I will be the controlling factor of that financial, like I am with my other stuff. But at the end of the day, it will be bigger. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be like, man, I could really, you know, out of 71 million, I could take 4 million of that and do this movie that I've been wanting to do and hire the lit actor or actors that I want and have it at this location and you know what I'm saying? All that will go through my mind as far as having that type of money, but automatically that's put away money for the generations and the generations so it could live on forever. So that's what I'm saying. $71 million, like in my opinion, you can spend it, but you can't spend $71 million if you know what you're doing. Child is rest in peace, Quincy Jones. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. The University of Miami quarterback Cam Ward has rewarded his entire offensive line with diamond chains with their football jersey number on the chain. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's what's up. They blocked for him, son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're, they're a reason why they so good. That offensive line need to be pampered and treated nicely and catered to. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's love right there. Hopefully they'll appreciate the gift and then want to go even harder on the next game. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Want to go harder on the next play. Like, I got a better play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
The nose
yeah,
guard got to play now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like that is so dope. I mean, that NIL money is hitting different for college players now. You know what I'm saying? Because let's keep it real. When we was in college, dudes was getting paid. Let's keep it a band. Dudes was already getting paid. But now this is legal. This is legal money that they can receive from outside companies, from companies that are associated with the school to make sure that the situation. Not to mention that now the schools are slated to now pay the players as well. So they get that NIL and they get money from the school. So for him to take his bread and buy, I counted at least like 7 to 8 chains for the offensive line, and they had the number, 61, 75, 67, and stuff like that. So and it was diamond out, you know what I'm saying? So that type of appreciation is gonna go a long way in the locker room. So like he's the big man on campus, pause. You know what I'm saying? He got the juice. You know what I'm saying? Well homeboy told my man in the juice, you got the juice now, man. You know what I'm saying? So he got the juice. You know what I'm saying? That's what dude told Quinn. "I need the juice. You got the juice, man." All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Sad to bring this up, but uh, it's sad. It's sad. All right, Denzel Washington has made an announcement that he plans to retire after about 8 more projects. So he's going to call it quits after about 8 more projects. Uh, these projects, he didn't name them all, but these projects include Doctor Strange, a role in Doctor Strange, and a role in Black Panther 3. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's Denzel. You know what I'm saying? So if he giving us 8 movies, I feel as though these 8 movies is gonna be the top of the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's gonna be the top tier of his best work. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
This ain't Blue Magic. You know what I'm saying? This gonna be better than that. You know what I'm saying? This gonna be better than Kobe's final tour. You know what I'm saying? This gonna be epic. So if he
yeah.
picking certain movies to play in, I feel as though um he's gonna leave us with a different view of his acting prowess. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
'Cause before that, he's always been a serious actor. So now him going to Marvel I dare I say give Marvel more credibility.
Yes, yeah, it
So
does.
whatever product, whatever project he's gonna be on, Doctor Strange, whatever, Black Panther, is gonna be 100 times better
Yeah, yeah,
because my man Denzel in there, and whatever he gonna do, whatever role he gonna play,
yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Don't give him some bum ass, low tier character from Marvel. If he gonna be in Marvel, give him some top tier work, son.
Now well, what he said is that Ryan Coogler is personally writing him in Black Panther 3.
Give him some top. I want him to be some top level scientist or some top level executive running a Fortune 500 company in the Marvel world, and he just got hella goons. I don't want him being some. You know what I'm saying? I want top tier work. This is Denzel right here, son. So if Ryan Coogler doing, I know he gonna put in some work. I just want to know what the other movies is gonna be about. You know what I'm saying? What's
Hmm.
the other joints gonna be? So
Yeah,
that's what's up. 8. All right. That's 8
yeah.
niggas. All right.
He didn't say it, but he named about 8 projects. So I just rounded it off. But he said after this cluster that he's going to do, he's calling it quits. And it's really sad to hear. Like one of my favorite actors has I've never seen him young at all, and he's still doing his thing. Well, he was doing his thing. Morgan Freeman, you know what I'm saying? Before James Earl Jones passed away, like a lot of our best actors live forever. So,
It's,
like,
it's time to get the young buck, the young ones coming in. You know what I'm saying? We need to see who's gonna be not taking these people's places because you can never replace them, but bringing in new energy and you know what I'm saying to just showcase like yo, the new crop of actors and actresses are just as good as our legends. That's you know what I'm saying going on and passing.
mhm. Again, shout out to y'all in the chat. I've been lighting up this chat all night. A lot of money. I'm sad to hear this. Since Samuel L. Jackson is leaving because of Trump won, he can play Nick. I didn't know Samuel L. Jackson was leaving Marvel.
He'd be a fool to do that.
Is that real? Is he really leaving Marvel?
I don't know. I would have to look into that. I don't know.
Really? All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is leaving. He's he's going to be out for the rest of his season. In injury is out for the rest of the year, and they talking about tanking the rest of the season to try to put themselves in a position to draft Shador Sanders, the Colorado quarterback who happened to be the son of Deion Sanders, and they're going to try to offer Deion Sanders a deal that he can't. But Deion Sanders said on multiple occasions he's not leaving Colorado. He doesn't follow his sons. His sons follow him. Basically, is what he said, and that he's not leaving Colorado. And then, not to mention, Colorado is flipping all kinds right now, from USC, Alabama, Michigan, to flipping to going to Colorado. So he's going to have a class like no other for 2025, 2026. What do you think about this?
Oh, what about them trying to get Dion to come to coach for Dallas?
Well, all three. Dak Prescott being hurt for the rest of the season. Then them trying to get Shador or Deion Sanders to package father and coach. First time that would be in NFL history.
Mm, I mean, shit.
It's a lot.
If they talking about a deal that he can't refuse, that sounds type diddler. You know what I'm saying? But that'd be crazy because now I'll be like, damn. Now I have to tune into the damn fucking Dallas Cowboys because Dion is there, and that's the only reason I would like even peek over there, like look over at the sideline, see what they doing and shit. That's the only reason. If he don't go there, I'll never say this shit again. But if he become the coach, damn, it's gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be really tough in the NFC East. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be rough out there, kid.
It's,
It's gonna be
that's
rough.
crazy. But I would love to see him still stay in Colorado for at least 2 more. I want him to get a chip and win it all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just cause. You feel me? Just to keep the naysayers quiet and shit. Just like, oh, this season was a fluke. All right, next season we come spank that ass. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What Tupac told Steele? He's like, for one, if you don't put the quarter in, I'm gonna beat that ass. For two, if you don't put the quarter in, I'm gonna beat that ass. Facts.
Yo, not but all right. The whole Dak thing. I mean, Dak has been struggling for the season already. He's been struggling. Him and his number one receiver, CD Lamb, the other supporting cast. It's been a lot of words that's being said during the game. It's just been real animated for the Dallas Cowboys and him going down for the rest of the season. It's unfortunate, of course, because it's a season-ending injury. Um, I can see Shador playing in any big market. So not only are the Dallas Cowboys is interested in getting to Shador, but the New York Giants is interested in getting to Shador. The New York Giants is more in play to get Shador than Dallas at the moment, right? But we still got a full season, right? Um, Two things. Dion already came out and said, "Yo, I'm not leaving Colorado. I'm here. I made my money. I'm teaching these kids. I'm building a real program that you have to deal with. I'm building a real culture that you have to deal with. You got Warren Sapp as your defensive line coach. They're so amazed this year that now the defensive line got a pass rush. They're so amazed that the defensive line could stop the run. That they're blitzing and doing all this lit. They got one of the best defenses in college football. Granted, they're not playing Bama or Georgia, but they're not on their schedule. They're playing the teams in the Big 12, and the Big 12 is a really, really good conference. The Big 12 is probably the third best conference in all of college football. In my opinion, the Big 10, the SEC, then the Big 12. That's my opinion. The ACC has fell off tremendously. So the Big 12 is the third best conference in college football as of right now. And Deion Sanders is building that up. If you're a kid and you play the defensive line, your coach is a damn Hall of Famer. Not to mention your position coach is a damn Hall of Famer and Warren Sapp. You play receiver and you go into practice, you just might walk down the hall and walk into Ocho Cinco or Terrell Owens or Michael Irvin, Jerry Rice. You might walk into one of them and be like, yo, I see how you running that. You may want to give a little cushion. Just give him a little cushion. You know what I'm saying? What dude told him, man, remember the Titans? Just give him a cushion. Just give him that little cushion. You know what I'm saying? And you can blow right by him. So he's building a program that can't be dismissed. They're already 7-2 for the season. People were saying that they wouldn't win as many games. So shout out to the Colorado Buffaloes. I hope he doesn't leave. From the players that I saw that they are flipping, bro, bro, their offensive line is going to be crazy. I think they're going to be better without Shador and without Travis moving forward overall. You can't really replace Shador or Travis Hunter, but I'm talking about overall. They're going to be a better overall team because you're going to have a multitude of guys who can do a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, their freshman right guard is 6'6", 350 pounds. Their freshman right tackle, 6'7", 350 pounds. Their freshman left guard, who's starting right now, 6'6", 325. Jordan Seaton, their left tackle, 6'6", 300. And right now, it's freshman of the year. Jordan Seaton went to ING Academy. So they just put in another freshman who doesn't even have a scholarship. He walked on, playing center at 6'3", 310 pounds, Cash Cleveland. Now they trying to get the kid that's already committed to Alabama from their high school to go from committed from Alabama to Colorado. He's already 6'6", 330 and is a senior in high school. Then there's another kid that's slotted at USC who is 6'6", and now he working on. It's like, bro, it can get nasty real quick. So I would not be surprised if Deion Sanders chose to stay because he said he would stay. So I hope he does. Get healthy, Dak Prescott. Um, but it's going to be interesting. Yeah, and then Deion Sanders already said that he's going to be talking to teams and guiding the situation on him going to a particular team. So basically, he's just because you want Shador, that don't mean he's going to come to your team. If you don't have a coach in place for him, then yeah, we not pulling up, doggy. Because remember, the Giants wanted to draft Deion Sanders, and he was like, "Yo, can you work out for us?" Deion was like, "What pick did y'all got?" He was like, "They was like, oh, we got pick 12 or so." He's like, I ain't gonna be around. G, like, what you talking about work out for you? Like, yeah, nah. You know what I'm saying? So I can't. Oh, you gotta love Coach Prime, bro. Pause. Yo. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. Arch, Arch, Archbishop, Archbishop of Weston Wibley, head of the England Church, has resigned after sex abuse. Sex abuse. What do you think about that?
I mean, he gets to resign, other niggas go to jail. You know what I'm saying? That's the way of the world, I guess.
Facts.
And there's no uproar. I mean, aside from the families that he's, you know what I'm saying, caused harm to, but
Mm-hmm.
in the grander scheme of things, there's no uproar behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody can just retire and be cool and nothing happened to bro.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody else, oh, they getting their whole fucking
World.
Their whole world getting turned upside down. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just find it funny, especially in this climate, at how that can even slide through. Like how they let that slide.
Mm-hmm.
What what's the parameters? What's the you know what I'm saying? What's the saving grace? How can there be a saving grace in this scenario?
Yeah.
How can you be allowed to retire? Why? So you get immunity? Is that what we saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
And how the archbishop leave, it matters because when they say they resign, so that means he gets to walk away with those benefits and all the things that he's built in the work status of his position. So he gets to walk away with that. Um and and it lessens the shame of the position that he holds to the act he, allegedly have done or whatever the case may be, but you're not gonna resign if something did not happen. Um they said in the chat, it's same old, and it really is because how many archbishops that we've heard this from or about since we were kids, and we grown up in basically in communication world where when things happen, it gets out. So imagine before we was even around. Imagine the 80s, imagine the imagine the 50s and the 40s where when things happen and the breaking news, like it was like days and weeks before it actually hit the airwaves. It wasn't like, oh, this the airwaves now. This person's a real dirtbag. So imagine the kids and the amount of children victims who was really affected. So now we have another archbishop leaving his position under sex allegation or sex abuse allegation, and it's it's basically the same old story again and again because we've heard this several times. We hear this worldwide. What type of screening process are you doing as archbishop where y'all can't even leave these people around kids or around they sexually questioned and like they doing stuff like that. They committing rapes and you don't hear no outcry, no outpour. If we didn't bring this up, nobody else would. Like I'm just being honest with you because like you said, there is no outpour, there's no outcry, there's no real driving force to make sure somebody like him or people like him. I mean, people don't come up behind him that like him. Of course. So at the end of the day, it's really that same old trick, the same old trope that we think about when we think of these bishops and these pastors and ministers and, and people in these very high positions that you would never think to be moving on this type of time, but we see this time and time again. Where do we go from here?
My thing is, why is it up to us as a society to do something when we already have law and order and justice when y'all could just pick up cases anytime? You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure if he was allowed to resign, I'm pretty sure there was allegations, witness testimony, you know what I'm saying, against this individual. So why no law office or no justice or no prosecutor want to be tough on crime, right? You don't go after the church. Oh, but it's easier to be when it's tough on crime and during your political, when you need to run for office, you could easily go tough on crime when it's melanated, or so it seems.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
don't want to make it seem like that, but it's just the end result is always the same old, right?
Hmm.
You allowed to resign, or you're allowed to move to a whole different diocese and start the whole shit over again. For
Hmm.
40, 50 years, you got a long list of victims. But yet, somehow, some way, no court, never see court, Never see a jail cell. Damn sure never see no handcuffs. But you got all this evidence. You got all these man hours and all these cop hours for drugs. But somehow, some way, you don't never stop the shit from coming in though. We don't got no poppy fields here. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We don't got no Uzi plantations. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit gets flown in here. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
So y'all pick and choose, and it's like, yo, as a society, how you still holding these people up to a certain level if they picking and choosing when they want to do shit? How would you feel if your job picked and choose when they paid you, even though you come to work every day? You know what, Ash? I ain't gonna pay you this week. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna give you all $75 on Friday. I'm gonna give it to you next month or whenever I feel like it. Oh, now niggas is gonna be awake. Now it's focus time.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're aware. I'm just saying. So if they picking and choosing, that's crazy. I don't know how you picking and choosing when you running for public office. You ain't supposed to be picking and choosing cases. If that man broke the law, go after that man.
Mm-hmm. Why is he allowed to resign in peace with his benefits and be able to move forward? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, a solid month from now, this is all gonna be over.
How many grandmothers gave up their bread every Sunday for that bro? Every Sunday, faithfully. You don't get no receipt back. You don't get nothing back.
How many grandmothers gave the foundation to the kids in her family that this the man of God, he is to be respected and trusted. His word is law. Wow.
They can follow an invisible God, an invisible man, but the man in front of you standing there want to tell you certain things. You don't want to follow him.
That's wild.
Meanwhile, he doing all this,
Doing all the work,
doing disgusting work. Mm.
doing all the wet work, all the wet work. But at the end of the day, again, when we look at this, this has been going on for decades, and I say this because, like, people think I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I really do believe this. I don't believe that for decades we have the amount of missing kids, missing children in our world, and nobody don't know nothing because we have a church damn near on every corner in any type of neighborhood. There's no way that kids go without missing without the church knowing, meaning that the church preys upon children and children who are lost. Children, you mean to tell me that there's not people that are archbishops or people that dress in regular clothing, go into the park or go somewhere where a parent is not paying attention and take somebody's child and do harm to that child, and they just go missing. There's no way that all you have all these churches in every neighborhood. Nobody don't know nothing. We've been having kids in the milk cartons for decades, and nobody don't know nothing. When's the last time you little Joey. Oh, little Joey was walking down the street next to the park. And he was at the park, and them gangbangers be up there too, right? Yup. And what's right next to the damn park? The church. They call it a park because they have a basketball court in the back. So they call the church a park. So how many neighborhoods are like that? How many different places that supposed to be a place for safe haven, and you go in there, you have monsters. You never see people ever again, especially children. So there's no way of saying that for you. But it's the same trope when it comes to these archbishops, priests, pastors. At the end of the day, these are just people. But what is the screening process like when you have somebody in such a high position and they so weak to the position that they hold when they fall for this. Because remember, they signed up for this. They signed up for it. That's like you signing up to play football and then you get hurt and you mad that you got hurt. Like, you get mad that you're hurt, but you can't be mad that you hurt because it's a part of the game. You can be mad that you're hurt because damn, I can't be out with my teammates. I want to help, score a touchdown or help stop the other team. I want to help do my part. But when you play the game, anything is liable to happen. So they signed up for this. What is the screening process? And it has to be a direct denominator on figuring this stuff out from keeping it from happening, which lets me know that the people in charge, I know you got a weakness. It's all right. We'll still promote you. Just stay away from this thing for a while. Anything else you want to add?
It's just the as many churches that be in the hood, and they say how the church is a staple in the community. You would think the neighborhood would be glorious with how many churches there are, but for some reason, the more churches in the hood, the more dilapidated, the more run down it is. You know what I'm saying? The neighborhood, not the churches, but the churches where the neighborhoods are, like,
Yeah.
they be alright, but everybody else fucked up.
Rowan Jack, you made a very good point. There will be an outcry if the father sends him to meet the devil. There will be a whole lot of outcry. Oh, he was a good man. I can't believe the dad believed the son or the daughter that this holy man would do this to that child. The outcry would be unbelievable. But when this happens to our children and our kids, it's more of an outcry to protect. And nobody know nothing. JoJo, all he knows ties. Crazy. All right, moving on to our next hot topic, Tuskegee. Tuskegee University homecoming. There was a big shooting which led to uh, 16 people injured and one person that lost his life. Um, the school has said that are going to security upgrade. A little too late. Arrest was made. Jaquez, my 25-year-old man for the murder, the injuries of 16 people. What do you think about that?
I mean, security is gonna be really hard because homecoming is like a whole week type of event. You know what I'm saying? And homecoming is not just for the school; it's for the community. You know what I'm saying? It's for past students that went to past alumni that went to the college. You know what I'm saying? Their families. It's a whole event. So it's gonna be really hard to like try to police it because it's like a whole week. Remember, our Moors was a whole week type thing. So everybody's homecoming is just like that. It's set up for a whole week. So um it's just unfortunate that, you know what I'm saying, like the mindset of the people coming to the homecoming is at an all-time low. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's homecoming. You know what I mean? With college, it's like, this is not the hood. You feel me? Like, this is not the place to be having arguments, having shooting. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's higher learning status. At least
Mm-hmm.
supposed to have some higher learning, because there was another homecoming where, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't no shooting, but people had less clothes on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just, we definitely can do better. We deserve to do better, and we need to do better. And it's like should have no place on the campus, especially homecoming. There's too much families going on. It's like, it's such a tragic moment for that to happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, too little, too late. Somebody like there's a person that lost their life. Somebody lost their life, and they never coming back. Moving forward, it's imperative that we keep up security. knowing that the community that they're in, knowing how to coordinate an event of that magnitude. This is not the first year they did homecoming. This is homecoming. This is every year. So you know your community and you know what you need to do to keep the community safe and community happy. This is not the first situation ever at a homecoming at their home in this, this, specifically. So it's forward if y'all continue to have y'all have no choice but to beef up security and not just beef up the security, make the security work, make security actually work so everybody can get home safe. Because that's for real. Like every homecoming is different, but it's the same principle. You know how many kids you have at your school, based on the kids that you have at your school. You know how many people that lives in the community, so you know how much security you're going to need. It's not hard. It's not a hard thing to assess. All you need is your money, right? So these institutions, these colleges with the money for the security of the people, with it for the security of the students. I get all that, but don't got no money. So I'm really like pissed off about it because something like this should not be happening. Nobody should be risking their life to gun violence at a damn. That's wild. Anything you want to add to that?
Nah.
All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Rapper Nas is developing a TV series based on the first melanated ever chess grand grandmaster. What do you think about that?
You said he's doing a what?
He's developing a new TV series based on the first melanated chess grand, grand.
Um, I mean, yeah, why not? You know what I mean? Showcase chess in a different light. Probably might draw attention to a new up and coming people that I never thought about playing chess. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for it. You feel me? And then we get to learn about somebody who was the first grand, you know what I'm saying, melanated grand chess master. My thing is, I don't like these terms about the first melanated da 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 da. It's like, who was the first person to create chess in the first place?
Good question.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if we was already here first,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How you the first melanated chess player if your ancestors the one that created the game in the first place? They
Mm-hmm.
probably didn't need grandmasters like these terms and all that stuff. Yeah, maybe they create these terms now, but when the game was created, they didn't need that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I bust your ass, you bust my ass. All right, cool. Now you're the grandmaster, but they always gonna put levels to this shit. But again, I definitely would want to see that project and shed light to top tier person that definitely needs to have his history being shed light on.
Shout out to Fun Mix Time. They saying my mic is cutting in and out. Is it cutting in and out?
Say something. Yeah.
Yo, we around the block.
I mean, right now it's not.
They I don't know. They
Oh,
saying
they're
that
saying yeah.
I don't I don't know. What about now? Can y'all hear me now? Is it cutting off now? That's wild.
You took basketball from us.
Is it still doing it now? Y'all?
Technically, we didn't take basketball. I'm not gonna go there, but we didn't take basketball.
They
We,
said a slight echo.
I was like,
I don't know why. What Craig shorty, like, I'm high. I'm cool. Sure. Ah. There might be some feedback that cut off. I don't. Uh, well, I apologize, people, if it's been doing that. All right, so moving on. Yeah, I think it would be dope with Nas as well. Do something like this. This is something that's up his alley to uh to bring a system out like this. I'm pretty sure he's gonna mix a little hip hop with it. Um, Nas' success rate for production for TV shows is top level. Um, he did this other show, I believe it was really good. The first, especially the first season of that was really good, really good. I'm excited for this. I'm really excited. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Kamala Harris, the Kamala Harris campaign, the money is out. So, me, the campaign paid $2 million to Beyonce, $5 million to Megan Thee Stallion, 2.3 million to Lizzo, 1.8 to Eminem, and 1 million to Oprah. What do you think about that? The use of
um, it's all a game at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to pay for these people's time. Regardless, it's a business at the end of the day. Like, you need me to show up for your event, so I need that money on. And then it goes to show you that, I'm sorry to say, look at the spending budget of a woman and you still lose. Like, how much more evidence you need to show to for it to be showcased that this was the most horrible candidate that you could ever choose in life? So much so that Trump over here trying to give you bread to pay back the bread you owe. Oh, I got some bread left over for my campaign. You could use some if you like. You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn, how you spend $20 million over and you got $1 billion? But you wanted to run the country? You can't even run your the finances for your campaign. But you want access to the whole country's finances. You see how you giving it up? You giving Beyonce 10 million, you still lost. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it should have been a clause in that contract. If I lose, you gotta give me my bread back at least.
Mm-hmm.
Cause Beyonce made out with that was the easiest money she ever got. She looked at Kamala like, yo, this is gonna be a lick. Watch this. Yo, 10 million is my asking price. I guarantee you I'm gonna get you people to go vote. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? She didn't guarantee you gonna win,
Yeah.
but I guarantee you I'm gonna get my voters, my constituency, my beehive to come and vote for you. You know what I'm saying? But I
Mm-hmm.
need 10 million.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Oprah must not have enough cachet. She only asked for $1 million.
Well, TMZ caught up with Oprah, and she said she never received $1 million for the campaign. This is what she said.
So what she received? I know you ain't do it for free.
She said she didn't get anything for it. That's what she said.
So where did that $1 billion go? Where's the receipts? You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me you ain't getting no bread. Because
Mm-hmm.
she spent $1 billion and is negative 20 million.
Mm-hmm.
So you spent $1 billion, 1,020,000,000 over. And you talking about you ain't getting no bread. All right, let's go let the forensics check out the finances. We're gonna see where the money went. Oh, somebody on the way with your finances. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end, what do we expect, man? Like unserious individuals, serious things, simple and plain. When people don't have a defined message, you can see that they're all Kamala Harris all over the place. And now you have women or melanated that wage war against melanated because we didn't come out for Kamala because there's hatred they have against or hatred against women. But a lot of people are melanated called bullshit. We think bullshit. You're not connected to us. You're not even see the thing about her not melanated was the thing she created. When we came to find out that she's not melanated, then it's like we didn't want to believe it, or the least want to believe it. If you didn't make that and just stuck to the politics, the views, then you would have been high. And then you're saying doing things to pander to us, but it's not what. So these things that we saw, majority of the men saw, and majority of the women, Kamala was able to gender power with the women. If you don't vote for me, then hey, guess you're not a real woman. And what's oddly enough, a lot of these women are fighting for rights. That's not even for them. It's just indicative of what we thought all along, especially women. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. College football ash is in. All right, I'm gonna make it real quick because the mic is going out. So for my words and say what I have to say. All right. Okay. Um, First game got 17 Clemson versus Pittsburgh. I'm going with you have 25 to versus Navy. I'm going with you got 20 for Missouri at South Carolina. Got South Carolina for that game. You got no, I got no. We got number 6 Tennessee at number 11. I got Tennessee for that game. I got Utah is at Colorado, number 23 Colorado. I got Colorado that game. So those are my college football ash picks for this week college football games. Uh, Moving on to our next topic, our pet thoughts. This segment is brought to you by BigBravoSection.com. Again, BigBravoSection.com. Uh, this segment is brought to you by Bravo. Where you can get target. If you're in the Miami, you can book a session with best photographers in the world. If not, still book that session. They'll fly out to BigBravo.com. You got law for us, Petty Law.
All right, so I got a few words on the from the Black's Law Dictionary. So first word on the list is black market. Illegal trading, buying and selling goods which are subject to government rationing or control, including goods which are contraband. Next word on the list is blackmail. Unlawful demand of money or property under threat to do bodily harm, to injure property, to accuse of crime, or to expose disgraceful defects. And last word on the list is blacklist. A list of persons marked out for special avoidance, antagonism, or enmity on part of those who prepare the list, or those among whom it is intended to circulate as where a trade union as a trade union. Blacklist workmen who refuse to conform to its rules, or where a list of insolvent or untrustworthy persons is published by a commercial agency or a mercantile association. Such practices are prohibited by statutes in most states. So we have black market, blackmail, and blacklist. So all these words have black in them, right? And each one of them are all of a negative connotation. So at the end of the day, why would you want to connect yourself with black when everything that has to do with the law is all negative? Nothing is positive in black, and there's no way you can associate with black and call yourself a black people. So those are my petty words for this week.
Yo, again, y'all make sure y'all send some words to my bro so he can look them up for the Black's Law Dictionary, and he'll have to for the next show. So y'all type words that you want him to look up. What to say? Moving on to our next, my next segment, the next show, because of audio difficulty. Y'all been saying the last few minutes that it's very hard that my mic is out. So I'm gonna say my keep the lie live next. So, but before we go out, I want the sponsors of the show again. You guys can hear Bravo section, button snaps, OUV records. If you're one of the sponsors of the show, you can hit us up on Instagram. You can hit me up at Ashley Lovechild, or you can hit my brother on his Instagram.
Bravo section _
So if you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, hit us up on Instagram. Again, we're on every Sunday and every Thursday at 10:30. So make sure you tap in, show some love, interact with what we do, and again, tap the memberships, different different access. Make sure you tap in. Also, check out the Overstand podcast channel. While understanding the Overstand every Monday at 9:30. We're on every Monday and every Thursday at 10:30. Again, the Brothers Rap Podcast. Again, as Love Child, I want to thank y'all for tapping in. If you can hear me, again, my brother Santana, always doing it for the people as y'all already know. It's love. And we out of here.